people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It depends on where you're watching me from today. Today is a very, very special day. I'm so excited because I'm having a very special person with me here on today's episode. We're going to be discussing, planning your wedding, but the subtopic is managing vendor disappointment or managing vendors generally, like when you're planning your wedding yourself and the vendors are going scoring, what do you do? I have a special guest, as I mentioned before. Her name is Joy Ambrose Livet or Joy Livet Ambrose. Yes, she's newly married. She planned her wedding herself too, and she experienced some disappointing experiences with vendors. So we're happy to have her share from our own experience today. Because of the time difference, I'm going to tell you guys that this video was done using Zoom because she's from 4 hours away in India while I'm here in Nigeria. So we needed to find a conducive time and also use a streaming device that would make it easier for us to, talk together at the same time. So you'll see the switches as the show begins. So help me make welcome Madam Joy, Dr. Joy. I want to say Yebu. Dr. Joy, formerly Yebu, but now Ambrose Livet. Hi, Joy. Excited
yes,
to have
good morning.
you.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here too. So, my name is Dr. Joy. Like she said, I'm a newlywed too. I planned my wedding too, and I experienced a lot of disappointment from vendors. So yes, it's true, and I'm happy to share that experience with you.
Okay, thank you so much, Joy. That introduction was quite brief. Like you didn't want to boast, Abby. You wanted to be humble doctor. But anyways, moving on into the conversation. Joy, you got married, in December. Like you did your wedding in December 2020. I want to just share a brief, just give us an overview of what your experience was like planning your wedding, like from the very beginning up to the day of the wedding. What was the experience like generally?
Generally, it was a training experience. It taught me, it made me stronger. It helped me to discover some parts of myself. And it was good that I did it. It's good that we did it together. Because when I planned my wedding, then I realized that planning a wedding is a test. You can look at it like a test. If you can't afford to pay a planner, then don't feel like it's impossible. It's possible, but understand that you will be tested. Your behavior, your character will be tested. You're going to find out what you are like when you're put under a lot of pressure. And you're going to discover many things about yourself, about your family, about the family you're marrying into that you did not see before. So it's very stressful, but it's a good experience generally if you're lucky, or let me put it that way. So I thank God that I did it. And when I was planning my wedding, I didn't do it alone. My husband was there helping me he did a lot of work. I can fairly say he did at least 50% of the work. We both struggled. If anything, he might have even done more sometime. Well, it was difficult, even though we did it together. You have choices to make, you have decisions, you have many, many things. And, there's this financial constraints, there's the human being aspect of it, where you have to satisfy what you want, what your partner wants, and yes, what your family wants too. Because yes, we start planning a wedding thinking it's my wedding, but it's also their wedding. Like in my case, mine was the first wedding in my family. So my family had a lot of expectations. They had some things they thought the wedding should be, or so when I was establishing what I wanted, they too were establishing what they wanted, and of course there will be conflict, but you have to manage all, because at the end of the day it's your wedding and it's the memory you're going to have. You have to make sure that you get at least what you want and still get what your spouse wants and what is acceptable for your family too. So yes, it was challenging. And in the areas of vendors, like the area that I really faced a lot of challenges with vendors. One reason was because I wasn't familiar with most of my vendors. I didn't use tailors that I had because I was not at home for a long time. I didn't have tailors in Nigeria, so I had to take contacts of tailors from people who knew them. So I had a very disappointing experience with tailors. The tailor I gave my traditional wedding outfit, he messed up the first and second outfit. And it's not like I didn't check his capacity. He had made dresses for other people. And the person who told me to use that same vendor, that tailor told me that he had made dresses for many people. I had seen his apprentice work, and his apprentice work was really good. So I figured, oh, if this is the teacher of this person, then this person will do better. So, and you know, I gave him my clothes with a lot of confidence. I paid. It was a good material. I paid well for his services, and still he disappointed me, like, as in it was like a ball drop in my stomach. It was horrible, but luckily I gave him a date 2 weeks before the real date. So I told him I was getting married November ending. Meanwhile, my traditional wedding was December 15th. So by November ending, even though he delayed to give me the finished mess, because I wouldn't even call it an outfit, at least I had 2 weeks to spare to look for a solution. So I would definitely recommend, when you are dealing with your vendors, try to give them, especially if it's a vendor you are not familiar with. Yes?
I said maybe you should emphasize on people who are making the dress you wear that day, specifically those ones.
Yes, specifically give them 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month ahead of time, and worry about managing your weight. So I would rather worry about managing my weight to fit into my dress than to worry about my dress not being ready on time or not being good. So luckily I still had 2 weeks, but 2 weeks of December. So now I had shopped early before time to save myself money, to save myself stress. And then after this tailor had messed up my outfit, I had to shop in December like I didn't shop before. It was really disappointing. I didn't even have the time. I didn't have the time. I didn't have anything. There was nothing I could do. So luckily, there's my second point. You need support system. You need good friends that support you, and you know, that love you enough to connect you to whatever they know or however they can help you. Luckily, my friend Hope connected me to an angel of a tailor who went to the market, shopped for me, and
You're welcome.
add the bill. You know, there's this general idea that if your tailor goes to market for you, she's going to increase the price of stuff, you know, to make her own gain and everything. But this woman did not. The prices of stuff she gave me was accurate and even amazing, considering that she shopped in Abuja. So she shopped for me. She didn't even see me. She had my measurements taken from where I was and sent to her. She made 2 awesome dresses, as in less than 2 weeks. Even though she was overwhelmed, she chose to take me and, you know, treat me like a sister. And for that, I'll always be grateful. Her name is Oge. She's a tailor in Abuja there, and I'm going to leave her details, or I'll have Hope leave her details in the description box. So anyone of you that needs a good tailor in Abuja, I am vouching for this woman. I am very sure of what she's capable of. So that was one area. Another tailor that disappointed me was the one who was to make my bridesmaids' dresses. You know, I shopped for my bridesmaids' dresses ahead of time, and then you just had to stitch the blouse. So they just had to stitch the blouse for my maid of honor. That lady disappointed me on the 25th of December when I was going to be married on 26th morning. So somehow that one, I don't know how you're going to remedy that, because we gave her the material on time. It was a small job. It was something of 2 hours. Any good tailor would not even take off the 2 hours to make that particular dress or that particular blouse. But somehow this woman decided to let them use her over time. And, you know, she disappointed me just before that day. But the only solution was plan B. I was lucky. I had a golden blouse that I didn't even know why, but I just felt led to come with it to the wedding. And that was the blouse my maid of honor wore, and it didn't look like there was any error. It looked like it was all planned. I was just one of those fortunate people. So yes, when you are dealing with vendors, they will disappoint you, but you need a good support system. You need friends. You need to tell those vendors to deliver your outfits like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead of time, so that they don't even know that your wedding is not as far as it actually is. so they don't have that power to take that from you. And in most cases, I hope. So, and that was that with the vendors. Another disappointment I received was almost a disappointment was with my hairdresser. She didn't come. She was supposed to come to make my hair on 25th, but it was Christmas. And, every other thing, she got busy, I guess, spending time with family or whatever. So it was really hard the night before the wedding, getting another hairdresser to do my hair. But luckily, like I said, good friends. So I got a good friend who connected me to his wife's personal hairdresser, and had her come over to the hotel and fix my hair. And then about buying, if you're planning to do your wedding in a celebratory time when prices will go up, and all of us know about how Nigeria works and everything. So like about that, we got our drinks before December. We didn't buy December price of drinks. We got them and we kept them at home. So just before the wedding, we moved them to the venue and had them chilled to be served. So we saved money by getting our drinks before time. So that's another clever way to get ahead of it. You can shop for your clothes before time. The things that can be kept, you can shop for some spices, you can shop for them before time. Yes, even the cow that was killed was shopped for before time.
Wow.
There's the time of the year that you can, and in my case, I could shop for a cow before time because we had the space, we had the place for the cow to stay and everything. But if you cannot, please don't do that. You can't keep cow in your flat. So whenever you can, buy things ahead of time. When you get a good price, buy it and keep. There are some clothes that you see around, like, for example, I know someone, my tailor, like I said, she's doing a nice promo. She's where she gives this entire package. It looks like you might think that, oh, okay, why should I get this when I can get this? But if you calculate the time it costs to go to the market, to go and buy things, to buy each and every of those things, you will lose more time and more money than getting it all in one place with one vendor. And I'm sure this particular vendor does not disappoint. This one, I'm very sure. So, but generally, I was really disappointed with vendors. I had many issues. Even the vendor try not to use a vendor that you truly that you don't know, or that you have not tested, or that you have not seen. Because the vendor that did my cooking for my traditional wedding, that's one also really horrible. She came on the day of the wedding and said that she wasn't going to cook until my mother paid her some more money, just because she knew that we had no other options. Lack of integrity. She didn't do a good job. She was really not good. And I won't give her name here, but that's an example of a bad vendor. So as much as you can, there are some things you can never avoid, but as much as you can, try to avoid certain people, like certain things, like get someone that you can trust. Get someone you can trust, someone you've proved, so that in case if anything goes wrong, that okay, this one devil was just working overtime. It wasn't my fault, So always try to get a plan B. So that much is about the vendors. But generally, planning a wedding is challenging. You have to not be selfish. You have to think of many things. Yes, it is your wedding, but at the end of the day, you have to remember that you just have to be happy that day. You have to remember that you should be happy. It's your day, no matter what's going, even if the sky is falling down, it is your wedding day, and that is your only wedding day, we hope. So you have to take it seriously. You have to be happy. No matter what wants to get you angry, no matter how stressed you are, you have to remember that the entire point of this wedding was for you to celebrate your love and to be happy. So that much I can say right now. Thank you.
Wow. That was power packed. Thank you so much, Joy. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed everything you said. And honestly, if I had heard all these things you said before I started, probably I would have done some things that you did too, like buying the drinks before I'm sorry, my battery is going down a bit. Like buying the drinks before that day, like a few weeks or few months before that day, because definitely we had the space. But we actually bought the drinks a few weeks before, just right before our traditional wedding. I remember my mother getting drinks early, but then the cow, hey God, that's just so let me just briefly run through the points that Joy made. just in case anybody missed any points, you just take it here again. So start early. She talked about starting early. Start early to know the needs that you have, know the vendors that you need. Start early to reach out to vendors. Start early to negotiate, and then those things that are not perishable that you can actually get ahead of time. If you have the space, go ahead and get them. Talked about getting drinks early, getting a car earlier on before season, because as I mentioned before, she got married in December, just like I got married in December too, and that's like the peak period for weddings in Nigeria. Like everybody that's planning to get married certainly would want to get married in December because they have more family members around. There's a holiday basically, and Joy's wedding was on the 26th. Wow, just after Christmas Day. So you can imagine how high the price of things would have gone up, because Christmas is there, people are buying things to celebrate, and you're also talking about wedding, yeah. So the demand at that point will usually be high for all those services. So start early, get things that are not perishable early enough. She also talked about don't use a strange vendor, don't use a vendor that you do not know, sort of. Well, I would say that even if you don't know the vendor, try to make research into the vendors, because I actually use vendors I met for the first time on IG, on Instagram, for my wedding. And what helped was the fact that I did my background check. So the mistake that people made is that they just see a vendor, the person has so many likes or so many followers, not even likes, because sometimes people buy followers on social media. So the person has so many followers, and you just go ahead and book the person without doing a background check. So when it comes to vendors, please be a detective. Be a detective, you know. The same way you research on people that you want to give money to, please be a detective. Check the person, check their pages. Are they credible people? Do you have any customer review on their page? Then the customer that say, oh, thank you so much, I really enjoyed, if it's a cake maker, and I really enjoyed the cake, it was tasty, people commented, or thank you so much, my cake was beautiful. Or did you see pictures of people's wedding that this person actually bakes this cake and you like it? Have you seen those kind of pictures on their page? Please always do your background check when it comes to vendors, especially because some people do not have the privilege of having vendor connections in Nigeria. Like Joy was based in India, so she was planning a wedding from India before coming down to do the actual ceremony. So that's that kind of situation. You can also ask around, ask your friends. Maybe you saw this person's page on Instagram. The person is based in Abuja, the person is based in Lagos, and you have a friend that is based in those cities. Why not reach out to the friend and say, oh, I saw this this particular vendor on IG, I want to confirm from you. Do you know them? Even person doesn't know them, person might know somebody who knows them or has even used them. And if it's a location that maybe the person is even living close to, maybe they say their store is in Gariki, for example, their store is in Wuse, you can have somebody go check up without even letting the vendor know. Just go through that place, get there and see, okay, is this vendor actually in existence? And even confirm prices. When it comes to prices, double check, triple check if you can. You can get quotes from different vendors before making your choice. So please, before you begin to talk about managing vendor disappointments, please let's very, very smart when it comes to even selecting your vendors in the first instance. Make sure that you're smart about it. Yeah, so Joy turned this video up onto an advertisement for Gege Clothiers. Gege Clothiers is actually my sister. Her name is Ogichi. She runs Gege Clothiers. I'm going to link the link to her IG page in the description box, as Joy has recommended. So in case you are looking for anybody who can make dresses for you, she does dresses. She actually has a bridal outfit now where you can go and rent your gowns. You can go and get a bouquet, flip-flop, everything you need as a bride. You get it from Gege Clothiers. She also handles the entourage, like the bridal train. She handles traditional wedding attire. She did, actually for my wedding, she did everything for my traditional. From the robe I wore, she actually made a custom robe for me. I had 3 outfits. Yes, my sister makes clothes, so why not? I had 3 outfits. I changed. I had different pictures. And also my my reception dress for the white wedding, she actually did where I rented my wedding gown at that time because she had not started her own bridal outfit. So please, if you need a vendor here in Abuja, go down to the description box. And even out of Abuja, she actually recently made dresses for someone who was getting married in Lagos. She just send your measurements. Joy was in Kaduna the time she came to Nigeria, so just send your measurements and I'm sure she'll do a good job for you. So thank you. I hope that with these few points that we've made today, you've learned a thing or two about vendor management when it comes to planning your wedding. Please when it comes to planning your wedding, we have to be detectives, as I said, for very, very careful. Don't sleep on it. Don't let anybody do you for one night. Please, that time you need so much money, you cannot afford to lose your money, and it's not easy for you to start looking for a tailor or an hairdresser a night before. It's not easy, and the emotional toll even takes on you. It's not something that you should want to take lightly. So please, 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 let's be wise, let's be smart, very, very smart. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned so much from it. Don't forget, if you're planning your wedding, the next series, we're actually running a series, and we're going to be discussing everything about planning your wedding right until having a beautiful marriage. So please, 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 if you want us to talk about any specific things, don't forget to let me know in the comment section, and let me know that you are learning even in the comment section. So don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Come on, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, press it now. Don't leave this place without subscribing. Thank you so much, guys. I'm happy to be here. Once again, my name is Chimereulukwu, and I'm filming from Abuja, Nigeria. Ciao.